WWE may or may not be going to a TV 14 rating, but don't get it twisted. The TV PG era kind of slapped.
Don't touch that mouse unless you're trying to subscribe. The next pro wrestling vid coming at you in 3, 2, 1.
WWE, and more accurately, USA Network, is reportedly considering a move from TV PG to TV 14. Conflicting reports have come in as to when and why this is going to happen, but for now, it seems like we're in the final days of the TV PG era. Everybody seems to have the same take about this, that the TV 14 rating is immaterial as long as Vince McMahon is booking the product. Glad we cleared that up. Take it from the fastest rising stand-up comedian in the South Bay, sometimes a cleaner version of the joke is way better. WWE and pro wrestling's return to mainstream glory isn't going to be unlocked with more blood, sex, and violence. How AEW's TV 14 rating means more bloody matches and, as a result, less women watching the product. The more edgy the product can be, the higher the risk you alienate certain demos. Expect WWE to sell this TV 14 rating the same way Vince McMahon is selling all these allegations against him. They won't. WWE at TV 14 just means Cody Rhodes will need a blood transfusion come 2024, but other than that, it's business as usual. But let's not act like the PG era didn't produce great moments. Let this video be a reminder that Mae Young doesn't need to run around half naked to create great, compelling, or even edgy television. Great moments happen as a result of great storytelling, and there were a few instances of those since WWE went to TV PG in 2008. Let's start with an honorable mention of the Shield split. Seth Rollins delivered a chair shot to the back of Roman Reigns, leading to a schism that, as Dean Ambrose correctly predicted in the Shield documentary, runs this business. I can still hear that fan screaming, "No!" as Rollins betrayed Reigns, but it had to happen for all three of these top stars to see their full potential on Raw, SmackDown, and AEW. Sasha Banks and Bianca headlined the blackest WrestleMania of all time, becoming the first two black women to headline WrestleMania at WrestleMania 37. In the long run, this might be one of the most important matches in WWE history. And for all intents and purposes, it might have been Sasha Banks' last great match in WWE. Possibly the last great moment of the PG era came at WWE Hell in a Cell when Cody Rhodes gutted it out for an instantly classic match against Seth Rollins. Rhodes' gruesome torn pec took fans out of the match early, but these two pros were able to brawl their way back into their hearts as Rhodes put on a heroic performance. Now let's get to this gangsta shit. The number 5 moment of the TV PG era wasn't really PG at all. That's probably why it stood out so easily as being so memorable, as Becky Lynch bled like AEW Rampage viewership all while talking that ish and solidifying herself as the man. It was the modern day equivalent to Steve Austin covered in blood at WrestleMania 13, but unlike WrestleMania 13, neither Lynch bleeding nor Lynch getting over as WWE's top star were supposed to happen. After being busted open by an errant punch from Nia Jax, a concussed Becky Lynch finished her main event segment by destroying Ronda Rousey with a steel chair and leaving through the crowd like a bleeding Irish Jeff Hardy. This image will stand the test of time as one of the most famous images in WWE history, and one of those moments where if you can't tell me the context of this picture, you probably aren't a modern day wrestling fan. Number 4 was KofiMania. WWE finally messed around and crowned a fully black, or in their words, African-born world champion in Kofi Kingston. Taking cues from the Yes movement, Kofi Kingston was organically pushed up the card as part of a grassroots movement from fans who refused to see anything less. After over 60 years without a black champion outside of The Rock, who's a racial cheat code, Kofi Kingston's win opened the door for an additional 2 black WWE champions to be crowned over the next 2 years in the form of Bobby Lashley and Big E. With all due respect to Becky Lynch, who was the biggest star on that card, this was the real main event of WrestleMania 35. Number 3 is the Yes movement, which presented a sea change in WWE, where WWE's rabid fan base proved to be a formidable foe against WWE's best laid plans. Very rarely were fans able to influence booking decisions to this degree at the main event level, but the Yes movement was a fascinating push and pull between a stubborn WWE and an even more stubborn fan base, which gleefully hijacked one show after another to get their point across. WWE wanted no part of Daniel Bryan in its WrestleMania 9:30 main event, but by bell time, it had no choice. WWE finally pulled the trigger on one of its greatest underdog stories when Bryan submitted Batista. The Yes Movement went on to become a template for our two other aforementioned moments in KofiMania and the rise of Becky Lynch, where fans felt even more empowered to be vocal about whom they want to see in the main event. The downside of the Yes Movement type booking, however, is it's convinced WWE that by beating a rising babyface time and again, they can create more sympathy, thereby leading to another underdog superstar. More times than not, beating a babyface too many times will only hurt their credibility. CM Punk's Pipebomb is on the short list of one of modern-day pro wrestling's most famous moments. Punk sitting Indian style at the top of a Raw stage in Las Vegas and cutting that promo is damn near wrestling scripture. Though it happened over a decade ago, AEW is still out here trying to recreate this moment through MJF, albeit to middling results as MJF hasn't been seen or heard since his own Pipebomb in Inglewood, California. Iconic as it was, CM Punk's promo might not have even been the best part of his feud with John Cena, as the two wrestled one of the most emotionally charged matches in WWE history at Money in the Bank 2011. And the most memorable moment of WWE's TV PG era is Brock Lesnar breaking the streak. There's a small number of moments in wrestling these days where I can tell you exactly where I was when it happened. In the champagne room, of course, but everybody can tell you where they were when The Undertaker's streak came to a shocking end. I literally didn't even believe what I'd just seen with my own eyes as Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker with 3 F5s. For several seconds after the streak was broken, all you could hear in a 75,000-seat stadium in New Orleans was a screaming Paul Heyman. TV PG era or not, this might have been WWE's most shocking moment of all time. And it didn't need a single curse word or drop of blood. Just a simple storyline of an undefeated streak that had been protected for over 2 decades. And that's the common denominator in all these moments. What's the story and why should I care? You want blood? Cool. Make me care about the person bleeding. You want sex? I love sex. Now make me care about the people f***ing. There's a reason the term TV comes before any of these ratings, because viewers are going to stick around to watch good television, not some edgy rating. What were some of your favorite moments of the TV PG era? Did anybody get snubbed? Nexus, where you at? Tell me in the comments.